Kicking it with Kiki. Kicking it with Kiki. Kicking it with Kiki. Full of personality. Switching up the storyline on God, we making history.
Writing books, changing lives, one day at a time. Put your problems to the side. Enjoy yourself. Free your mind.
Kicking it with Kiki.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Kicking It with Kiki, life, love, and all that other shit. I am your host, Kiki Chanel. I am an award-winning author, lifestyle blogger, certified life coach who specializes in personal growth and mindset. The overall purpose of Kicking It with Kiki is all about promoting personal development. I believe that when we operate as our higher self, we go through life with more intention and we reach the goals that are before us and achieve them with greatness. It is within us to be great, and that's what we should strive to do. Today, I am joined with a fellow podcaster. What's up, PillowTalkwiththeTea? We have Q in the building. Y'all make sure that y'all give her a lovely welcome today. What's up, Derek?
Hey! Thank you for the invite. Listen, it's been a long awakening of an invite.
Yes, listen, we connected the first time you was on the show with your soul sisters, and hey, yes, we've been rolling ever since. I love it. But we're gonna get into this topic that I have for us to talk about today.
Okay, let's get into it.
Just deal with your shit.
Oh, come through. Yes.
Because I found that as a life coach and just overall living life, people don't like to take accountability for the crap that they got going on.
No, not at all. They blame everybody else, but the person who's the main chess piece of the board is themselves. It's like it's easier to blame everybody than to actually look at the man in the mirror and to actually find out who and why you aren't doing what you're doing and what makes you feel like you shouldn't take responsibility of your shit. Like, I just don't understand.
Absolutely.
And I understand it could be hard for some people, but at the end of the day, I feel like we're in 2022. We have too many resources. Mm-hmm. Like such as yourself, you're a life coach. We got therapists, we got psychiatrists, we even got pastors and people are spiritual, whatever the case, whatever will float your boat. You have too many people that could actually keep you accountable and making sure if you do forget to make sure that you get back on track.
Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. And that brings me to my point. You was all up in it playing the blame game. When do we have to, because I'm including us as well, because we done all probably did, blame other people for our actions, our reactions, the things that are going bad in our life. When do we have to stop playing the blame game? When do you believe that we should do that? I mean, I think we should just be accountable and have some self-awareness and just stop blaming other people for our shit and own that. But what do you say about that?
I would say, basically, I feel the same way. I definitely agree. We should end up owning our own shit. We should take responsibility, accountability. We should just end up just basically not being scared. And if you are scared, do it scared and look in the mirror at yourself. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the thing is, sometimes it takes people a little bit longer than others. Mm-hmm. And when you do end up choosing to stop playing the blame game, you should end up stop being, because they say doing the same thing and expecting different results is called what?
Insanity. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when you decide to stop going insane and then looking around and asking where did my life go, what's going on, why am I not getting this, why this not happening, you have to take a look at yourself, because whatever you're continuing to do, if it's not working, you got to end up choosing a different route. And I feel like it starts with basically taking responsibility of your shit.
Absolutely.
And if you don't, guess what? Everybody else going to be flying past you. You're going to be in the same situation, and you just going to be stuck.
You're going to be stuck and stinking because you all just all in the shit, like for real. Like, yes. Deal with your shit, man. Life is too hard. Life is too short. to be putting what you got going on other people. I tell people all the time, stop worrying about shit you don't have control over and fix what you have control over. Your attitude.
Also, I tell you that. This. Stop giving people rent-free space in your fucking head.
Say that again.
Stop giving people rent-free space in your head. Because at the end of the day, my thing is, we sit there, we, like you say, we need to take responsibility, need to own our shit. We need to take and do shit about our shit. If it stank, then it's time to clean house.
Hey,
like my grandmama used to say, it's time to clean house. But at the same time, while we in this shit, in this funk, and not taking responsibility for our own shit, we're allowing people to rent space in our head for free, and sitting there still asking ourselves these questions of why is it not happening to me? Why am I not lucky? Why I'm not blessed? Yeah, you could pray all day, but God say without work is dead. So we gotta do something.
You have to do something. It starts within. And I think it's all about that mindset. If you know that you don't like your situation and you're able to do something about it, because let's just be honest. Some people are in situations and they cannot do anything about it. They may have a disability, they may have a handicap, they may be, homeless or something like that. And life happens. Life beats us down. But stop comparing yourself to other people and work on what you got going on. Stop blaming other people. Work with what you got going on.
But nowadays, it's even people with disabilities and not allowing that shit to hinder them.
Absolutely.
They're like, oh, I'll be damn not. What I got to do is I didn't think that I wouldn't have no legs. I wouldn't think I wouldn't have no arms. I wouldn't think I couldn't hear or see. So now my journey, what I thought wasn't going to ever be, it has changed. So now what I got to do, I got to own the shit. I got to make use of the shit. And I got to end up living with my new normal. Because my dad, one of my dads, he's legally blind. He never thought he was going to be blind.
Right.
He wasn't blind all his life. He got blind after he got diabetes. You know what I'm saying? So now, but you thinking that's hindering him from still playing basketball when he want to feel like he want to be physically fit because that's what he loved to do? Do you think that's hindering him from him rocking his Adidas suit and sweatsuits because he still like to look fly? No. You think it's still hindering him from to still go chill out with his boys? It's not. It's what he's doing. Say, this is my new normal. This is what I have to do. This is the cards I've been dealt. This is what I did to myself. This is the shit and the predicament I put on myself. So guess what I gotta do? I gotta own my shit, own that I wasn't taking care of myself, and this is what happened to me. So now I have to sit there and be used to my new normal.
Absolutely. I mean, and that just goes about accountability. You have to take accountability for the shit that you played in your shit. Like, just deal with your shit, man. Anybody who's listening that's trying to play the blame game to all that woe is me, you trying to have all these yes people in your life, listen, it's time to stop all that and just deal with your shit. If you don't deal with the shit gonna deal with you. Let's just be honest about it.
Absolutely.
So, what does dealing with your shit look like for you?
Dealing with my shit looks like for Kwamia is basically me getting tapped down to the nitty gritty, me stripping down the raw and getting down to the real. Even if I may not like it, I may not like what I'm gonna see. It's me standing in that mirror when times that I have to look at myself and say, what can I do different? But before I go there, how did I get here?
Right.
How did I get here? How did this become? And then when I found out how I get there, I make sure then I end up dealing with the shit. And then from completing with dealing with the shit and then making a change of it. And then learning from how I got here to make sure I don't get there again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it just have to, you bearing down naked, you being vulnerable, you sitting there stripping yourself down to get to the rugged nitty gritty, just to get, like my grandmother said, cleaning fucking house. Everybody's like, we do spring cleaning for our house. We sit in our house and clean and wash our clothes, but you have to do that with your mental. You have to do that with your spiritual. You have to do that with your soul. You have to find out, because every time in your life, just like there's 4 seasons, there's seasons in your life that you just have to say, what do I want different? But also, if there's some shit that I did, I need to look at this shit and I need to figure out how I got here, what decision I made to get here, and then figure out how to get the fuck out of it.
Absolutely. Get the fuck out of it. Like, for real. Because if you stay there, then it's almost like you accepting that and you become a defeated, or you want some attention. And I feel like a lot of people stay in shit because they want that attention from people.
And I don't fuck with people like that. I'm sorry. I'm not about the baby and give a grown person that motherfucking attention. I have one child, and I have one child for a purpose, because I only have this much attention and span and patience to give only to one. Right. And let me tell you something. I'm not about to sit here and baby your grown ass. It's right. Like I'm a great friend, and I haven't taught. I'm a great friend, great sister, great whatever I am in anybody's life. However, but everyone that knows me know that I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give you a gut punch with love, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit.
You're not supposed to, because if you have friends that's not pushing you to be your higher self, to see the potential in you, then you need to back away from those people, because you're doing yourself a disservice by keeping people like that in your life, because y'all all gonna just stay in y'all shit. Like, there's no elevation in that.
Listen,
honestly, no elevation in that. So what would you say to anyone who's listening that's just like staying in their shit? What advice would you tell them? I
would say, one, I would end up saying, I say, look at the shit that you in. So look at all the dirty clothes that surround you, that you got laying all on the floor, all the shit you got around you. Figure out how you get there. Then once you look and see how you got there, then end up moving to the next stage and end up saying, how can I get out? Even if that's you reaching out to resources, you reaching out to someone you trust, whatever it is, to someone that's going to hold you accountable to get out of the shit that you put yourself in, and not it's going to allow you to stay in the shit. Then I sit there and say, then when you move out of that point, then you sit there and you make progress. It takes one day at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day. However, if you do drop the ball, if you end up fumbling, just remember, pick that bitch back up and start all over again.
Start over. It's okay.
But don't stay in it. I hate when people stay in it. Just keep going. Even if you got to start over 3-4 times. But the important thing is that you got back up and you started again, and you started over. That's it.
That's it. You have to know that you're gonna fall at least once or twice in life.
Yeah.
But the point is to how you handle that. You have to change your mindset. You have to want to get back up when you fall. And I say mindset, and I don't want to sound redundant, but I'm a mindset coach. And so when your mind is not made up, that you're tired, sick and tired of being in your shit, you're gonna stay in that. You're gonna water in that like pigs, and you're gonna get comfortable, and you're gonna wear it well, and you stinking up the joint, and you looking at everybody like they doing something to you, but you actually can't nobody breathe around that because you smelling.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, like it's time to take a bath, man.
And I like the fact that you say mindset, because that's also additional advice I would want to tell people, is that when you decide to change, to get out of the shit that you either put yourself in, or even if you end up didn't know that you may would have end up fell in some shit that you didn't do yourself. My thing is, change your mindset, your way of thinking, your way of looking at things in life, because when you end up having clarity and a clear mindset, and your mindset is at a different all-time high, you ain't gonna stand for the bullshit. You definitely ain't gonna want to go towards the shit. You ain't gonna sit in the shit. You ain't gonna allow no one, yourself or no one, to put you in the shit. And you're definitely gonna be motivated to get out of the shit. Absolutely. But it all starts with the mindset. It really does, because like they say, for you to be a millionaire, you're gonna hang around what? Millionaires, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can if you find yourself constantly blaming other people or having more bad days than good days, it's something wrong. And it's okay to go speak to someone, like you said, and it's a stigma. Like we talk about mental health. Why is it such a stigma in 2022, man? Why do you believe that it is? Like, I know that we didn't say those words growing up. I know I didn't say those words growing up. I didn't hear the words mental health. We always say, oh, he a little touched, or she just a little slow, or whatever.
Or they say, oh, crazy.
Or crazy. Don't go over there messing with such and such because he has something on.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you don't talk about it. You don't go around it. We don't talk about it. Shh. Don't say nothing.
Exactly.
What goes on in this house stays
in this house.
And it really messed up a lot of people when it comes to communicating and just owning the shit that they got going on. You cannot.
But you want to know why? You want to know why is it such a stigma with our community, especially people in our culture? It's because our people don't like change. And
think about it.
Once there's change happening, and they feel the unknown to them is very uncomfortable to our people.
Right.
And they feel like the elevation of change, they're like, oh, nope, I'm going back over here because this is the normal to me. This is normal. And it's like, I hate when our people do that because it's like you're stopping yourself, you're limiting yourself. You sitting there stopping yourself from being the best elevated version that you was put on this earth to be. And you looking around seeing that you're still in the hood when your friends up on the hills, and you sit there asking yourself why you ain't there. You ain't there because you didn't continue. You continue to stop yourself. You limit yourself. When it got uncomfortable and unfamiliar, you fell back and you went back to that comfortability. But when your friends or your cousins and the Shaniquas and them to say they don't want this no more, and they're on top of the hills and telling you to come see their beautiful house, but then you got to go back to the hood. Then you sitting there asking yourself, well, how did she get it and I didn't? That because she did it while she was scared. She pushed herself even though it felt uncomfortable. She said, and she felt when she felt that she could have better, she seen what better she could have. That motivated her ass to keep going.
And she dealt with her shit along the way.
And she dealt with her shit along the way, even though that shit was stanky and funky. But let me tell you something. She said, listen, every wash is going to be a good clean.
Hey, every wash is going to be a good clean. Y'all heard that. Q is speaking facts in here today. And we're talking about just deal with your shit. And listen, I know we done said the word shit 1,000 times, but that's okay because that's our topic. It's okay to cuss a little bit. Because sometimes people don't get what you're trying to convey until you put a little cussing out there on them.
Exactly. Especially our people. Our people, like, when you know your audience and you know your people, you listen, you are not going to sit here and talk to the Jamals and them on the corner talking to some proper church, anonyms. They're going to look at you like, if you don't get out of here. Yes. But if you say the same thing and with some curse words in it, they hear you all day.
All day. They
hear you. They feel you. They got your back now because they can relate, to they feel you because you related to them.
Right. And you have to be relatable. You have to be transparent. And sometimes, that it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to make yourself vulnerable, but we just have to know who to make ourselves vulnerable with. And for anybody who's listening that doesn't have that support system or anyone in their lives that makes them feel safe by opening up about their shit, hey, you can always reach out to me. You can reach out to Q as well. And we have some resources to guide you to the right people. I might not be the right fit. She might be the right fit, but I know we have somebody that will be the right fit.
We can send you right to it. Exactly. Absolutely. Because one thing I can say about a community, even if the first step is just reaching out to a person. No, first step is admitting that you have a problem or you need help. Right. The second step after that, it's like, don't say, oh, damn, I got a problem, I need help. But then you still sitting on the bed watching TV like, oh, shit, but, oh, well. Like the remote control. Like, then after that is to reach out to someone and if that person can't help you, 9 times out of 10, if Kiki or myself or whoever in our community can't help you, we know somebody who will. Right. We got somebody in our phone or our Rolodex that we could reach out to. And if we don't, trust and believe, internet is the most powerful source that we could be able to end up getting. Find somebody.
Yeah, exactly. It's no excuse nowadays. It's no excuse. It's no excuse. And I want to talk about social media for a little bit. Do you believe that social media stigmatizes a lot of people to stay stuck in their shit instead of dealing with it?
Absolutely. And I say absolutely because people only see people's lives in just a flicker of just a post, a reel, a story, or whatever, a little clip. And that's not even 1/3 of a person's life. That's just only 3.6 seconds.
Right.
And so people look at people's life on social media thinking, they look good on social media. So all I need to do is look good on social media, but not really fix what's really going on in the background. As long as I look it, but don't really do it, I'm good. But you gotta realize that a lot of people on social media, as myself, Kiki, and so many people in our community, we don't look like what we've been through, but at the same time, behind the back of the here, we're doing the fucking work.
We're doing the work.
We're doing the work. We getting down to the nitty gritty. We falling on our knees. We sitting there digging in the mud. If it happened, we fall in our shit. We end up getting out of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't staying stuck in it.
We ain't staying stuck in it. So when you do see a post or a photo or a celebration, we celebrate, and you see that post because we just went to the next phase of what we just got the fuck out of that bullshit we was in.
Exactly. And it's not about being like anal. It's not about being better than anybody. We're just excited because we're no longer stuck in the shit that we was in. Exactly. Like you said, we're celebrating because we're out of that. We're elevating to the next level. Because listen, I want to talk about this. I want to ask you this personal question. Like, do you remember a time that you was just stuck in your shit and settled there?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I was comfortable as hell, girl. I was eating popcorn, drinking some CNC sodas, some grape juice, girl. I was in it. Had me some Skittles and some Butterfingers. I was in that bitch sitting comfortable.
Comfortably, yes.
Comfortable with my shorts and t-shirt and my socks and just in it. I was too. I remember a time where I didn't want nobody to pray for me. I didn't want nobody to tell me nothing. I knew I was in the shit. I was comfortable in it, and I wasn't trying to get out of it no time soon. Not at all. I was so much in my shit that I blocked everybody out. And if they even tried to knock on my door, I tuned them out. I didn't want to hear it. It's like they knocked on the door, they realized I wasn't going to answer, and they left. It was like I blocked everybody. And I know I did because they told me when I got out of my shit, they was like, yo, you blocked us all out. You shut us out and down. So that's how deep I was in my shit. And I was so comfortable in that shit. I'm telling you, it was like if I was at the AMC theaters and I had all my snacks and all the rest of the shit around me, and I was comfortable in that bitch.
Yeah, I agree. And when did you realize that you were in the shit, you had been stuck in it, but it was time to get yourself out of it?
When my grandfather came to me.
What happened?
So this was the time where I was so deep in my shit and I was so deep in a depression. And it was just probably 3 months after he passed away, because if anybody know my grandfather, that's my best friend, that's my ride or die, that's my partner, my ace, boom, coon, that body and Clyde. When you see me, you see him and vice versa. The thing is, and then it's like I definitely wasn't trusting my family with my grief, because I just didn't trust them with my grief, because it was always just me and him against them. Right. So I'm like, since now I got my partner, these motherfuckers ain't gonna give a fuck about me. So I was in it. I lost weight. My hair was falling out. I was in my room, like I said, with my t-shirt and shorts. And like when I did leave out the room to take a shower, and as if I really wanted to take a shower, I did it when everybody was asleep. So I wasn't bump into nobody.
Right, didn't want to see nobody.
So I didn't see nobody. And I closed my door, lock it, and I was back in. But it's 3 months later, and I even lost my hair. And so when I decided I was in the shit and it was time for me to get out the shit, when my grandfather visited me, his spirit visited me. And he sat at the end of the bed, because I remember laying down, and he sat at the edge of the bed, and I looked and I felt something, and I just looked down, because like my headboard was this way and he was at this part, and I under the covers, but I felt something, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Right.
I'm not about to see what's going on, because I know ain't nobody in here with me. But then I kept feeling that thick presence. And for him to be 6'4", slim, dark-skinned man, he had this strong, thick presence. So I took the cover over my head. I went like this, and I seen him, and he looking at me like, and I'm like, what? He's like, and he kept doing this, and I'm like, what? I can't hear you. And he was like, he's like, you know, if I was here, you wouldn't be in this situation. You wouldn't be here. He's like, you have to realize I may not be here physically, and you can't touch me, but I need to let you know, and I had to come to show you that I have not left you.
Right.
I'm here spiritually, and I'm not going to leave you. And he said, but I need you to get up. And what he said, I need you to get the fuck up. Because my grandfather, he's from Alabama, cursing fool.
Yeah.
He said, I need you to get the fuck up. I need you to get what you need to get out to get what you need to do. Take care of my great grandbaby. I need you to sit there and get your shit together. And when he did that, and like I said, I respected anything he said. So when he told me there was no questions asked, there was no second guess, it was like I sat up, put my back against the headboard, and I just sat there and I was like, yes, sir. I say, yes, sir. I'm going to do it. He's like, I'm going to do it. He said, that don't sound right. That don't sound like you want to do that. I need some more motivation. I said, yes, sir, I'm going to do it. I'm getting out. I'm going to get up and get out of this fucking funk. He was like, there we go. He said, now I need you to be my Mimi, because that's what he called me. I need you to be my Mimi, because my Mimi knows what I need from her. And that's when I end up coming out. And I remember when I came out the room, my family was downstairs in the kitchen, and this was probably 11 o'clock in the morning, and this was like Sunday. And Sunday we had breakfast. Okay. And I went downstairs, and like I say, nobody was on the second floor, and I was on the second floor. I heard everybody, pots, pans, smelling breakfast cooking, and I went downstairs. When I went downstairs, the whole family turned around, looked, and they was like, oh my God,
you
alive.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now you coming out the door. Yeah. So my grandmother came over, she hugged me. She was like, she just needed to be alone. She just needed to do what she needed. She needed to be in her funky shit, and now she's out of her shit. And I never really told him the story until like years later, how I got out of it, because he visited me. Right. And I feel like if he didn't visit me, I could have still been sitting in my shit even longer. Right. But because he knew that's not what he wanted from me, because he knew that was for me, right, and that was the plan for me, and he knew that if he was here, my ass wouldn't even be in that situation. My mental space wouldn't even be there. So he needed to come to tell me, I ain't going. I'm here. I'm right the fuck here. I'm here. I just need you to know that. I need you to believe that. Right. And he been gone now and been my angel for over the past, I think now 20 years. Yeah. And he never left my side. Trust and believe. He been sitting right here next to us doing this interview. Trust and believe.
I believe it. I believe it, because I believe in the spirits. I do believe in spirits, because I'm a very spiritual person. So I do believe that the people that we love and that we're connected to never leave us. They always with us. And sometimes we can feel that presence. I know I can. So, but I'm glad that you shared this story, because hopefully it will help someone who feels like they need to stay in that shit. Like, no, it's time to get up, and it's time to dust yourself off, take a shower or whatever. Sometimes you might need a hose pipe. It might be some thick shit that you just really need to go outside and get the hose pipe instead of getting in the shower. It's okay, y'all. It's okay to not be okay. But the problem occurs when we stay in that, and we cannot stay stuck in that. We have to just deal with the shit and just roll with the punches, man. Life is life.
And I want to say this. I know a lot of people lost their parents, because my mom, my grandmother, she lost her grandmother. She lost her father first, and she lost her mother, and which is my grandmother. My mother, she fell in the shit. She was in the shit. But I felt like she realized that she couldn't stay in the shit, because she had us to continue to live for. Right. Even though we're grown, I still, me at 40, I still need my motherfucking mother.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't care how old I am. Even if I'm 60 and she's still here, I still need her ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? No matter how old I'm still going to be her little girl.
Absolutely.
So I have to shout out to Patricia Burgess, my mom.
Hey.
I appreciate her from actually seeing that her life is worthy. Her life wasn't over. It wasn't her time, even though she wanted her best friend, and her best friend was no longer here, which is her mom. I'm glad that she seen the shit that she was in, and she turned over and got out of the shit, and she continued to take one day at a time, and she continued to do it. She even showed up at my event, and she was so happy for me, and I'm so happy for her, because it's times like events like that she would have said no.
Right. I'm so glad she was there.
And I'm glad that she did. And it shows me how, because what I'm doing, making her feel good to continue to stay out of the shit.
Absolutely.
So, kudos to her. Thank you, Mom.
Yes. Thanks, Mom. Yes. And shout out to my mama, Betty Huff. Yeah, I love you. We spent the day together the other day, and my mama was still trying to buy me stuff. I was like, Mom, I don't need nothing else. Just get you something, girl. Just get you something. I said, all right, you could buy me a pair of shoes. End up getting 2 pair of shoes. How about that? Shout out to my mama.
Shout out to Mom. Yes.
And it's amazing how it's just the small things, the little things that can help make the biggest impact on our lives when it comes to making sure that we are responsible for ourselves and making sure that we get out of that shit that we sometimes get ourselves in. Speaking of getting ourselves in, what can you say to people that always getting into some shit?
I feel like people that always get into shit is people that's looking for attention, which I don't like those people. You know what I'm saying? Or those people that sit there like that like to get into shit because they bored, because they ain't got nothing. Because they like the good book said, idle mind is the devil's
playground.
So I feel like because they haven't yet found their passion, their love, or their reason, or their purpose, they just trying to just get into shit to find shit because they bored and they need attention. And listen, if you ain't get the hug that you're supposed to receive as a child, I don't know what to tell you, but let me tell you, get the fuck out of the shit and stop trying to find shit, and don't bring your shit over here. Or how about say this, and don't involve other people in your shit.
For real. Just deal with it and keep it moving. Right. Absolutely. We ain't do shit to you. So stop it. Stop it for real.
For real. Damn.
Wow. Like for real. I mean, and that's some real stuff, because misery loves company.
Yes, it does.
So it's somebody that's stuck so deep in the shit, so bogged down in it, they ain't trying to come out of it. Guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna pull you right down in there with them. So yeah, like she said, like stop getting into shit and stop bringing other people in that shit with you, man.
Exactly. Find your hobby and your passion. How about that?
Tap into that, and it's not gonna fall in your lap. You have to search for it.
Yes, you do. You have to dig deep down in yourself and find out whatever you do in life. If drawing makes you happy and it doesn't feel like a job, then maybe that's your passion. Right. Assisting others and taking care of others, maybe, and you don't feel like it's a lot of work and it's a headache, that's your passion. You know, you have to find out. You have to do the research to find out what it is. But you sitting there trying to get yourself involved into shit. That's not it. You're not gonna find it that way, and it's not, like you say, it's not gonna fall in your lap, because you sitting there because everybody nowadays is lazy as hell. They wanted the easy fix, microwavable, pop it in the microwave, pop it back out. It doesn't work that way. Right. The real growth, elevation, tapping into who you are, it takes work, it takes time, and it takes for you to get in the shit of the shits. To find, even if you got a plunder in that shit, to dig and look around that shit and say, oh, there it is. And then that's when you grab that shit, take it to the bathroom, wash that shit off of the shit, and you start doing something with it.
Listen, because sometimes you got to find the shit within the shit in order to get out of the shit.
What? Come through!
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Damn.
Listen, I mean, it is what it is. So mic drop on that for real.
Yes.
So yes, on a personal note though, I like to ask all of my guests this question. When it comes to today's topic, what would your now self tell your younger self about dealing with your shit?
Be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Tomorrow will be definitely better, and don't rush the process. Trust the process.
I love that. Don't rush the process. Trust the process. Absolutely. So tell people where they can connect with you. How can they tune in, support? Give them all the goods. Plug it. Go ahead and tell the people.
So where you guys could definitely find your girl Kwamia, but for those can't pronounce it, call me Q Kwa, either Queen. You can find me at Pillow Talk with the Tea podcast every Thursday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram or either on YouTube, which you could go over to YouTube to subscribe to the channel so you could stay plugged in with all the teas of the teas, honey. And then you could also find me on all major podcast platforms, no matter where it is. It uploads, downloads, in between loads. You can find me everywhere. All you got to do is just put Pillow Talking with the Tea. I'm everywhere, even on social media. So you also can put Pillow Talk with the Tea or Pillow Talk with the Tea Pod. You will find me, or either PWTT Pod. You'll definitely find me. So no matter what, you can listen. If you don't want to do that, Google me and I come up.
Hey, yes. She said, Google me and I will come up. So what's next for yourself as well as Pillow Talk with the Tea?
So what's next for myself is that I'm continuing to dive into more entrepreneur endeavors. Your girl over here working constantly. Listen, I guess I sleep when I'm dead. So I'm constantly doing more stuff. Merch will be coming out soon enough. I'm giving you guys a little sneak peek here and there. But definitely it'll be available soon. My website definitely will be available coming soon. I don't like nothing to come out until I feel like it's perfect. So it supposed to bid came out, but I was like, nope, I don't like that. Nope, not ready yet. Yeah. So, but I have within another 2 to 3 years, I have a candle line coming out. I have a pillow line coming out. I have also a wine coming out. And then, listen, I'm also thinking about taking this amazing, beautiful podcast on a road, doing a Pillow Talk with the Tea country tour.
Oh, love that.
So I definitely want to do that, and it's going to be different. So what it is that I'm going to be on a tour bus, and in the tour bus, of course, you're going to have my marketing stuff on the bus. But inside the tour bus, every state or every city I go to, that I ever wanted to work with any podcast, or any podcast want to work with me, or anybody just on a fly, they could come onto the tour bus and be able to record a show with me live on the bus.
I love
and
that.
And then go into the next city and just end up doing it. So just sharing myself and giving some energy to love to the people around the world. And also, what else? I just wrapped up, of course, the Soul Sisters reality show. We did season 2 in Tennessee, so that will definitely be coming to you soon enough. Definitely, but we definitely end up starting season 1 of the Brothers Retreat. So men,
that's nice.
Are you looking to get healed? Are you looking to tap into the best version of yourself? Are you looking to get out of your shit?
Hey, yes.
Go to the Brothers Retreat on Instagram, DM them, let them know that you're ready and you want to be in this house. We're going to be in Florida, Kissimmee, Florida. And we definitely let you come and listen. It's going to be this is a big ass mansion that's you guys about to be treated like royalty, the kings that you are. So definitely tap in. And then I just had my first Empower Her.
Yes.
Unapologetically you, be more, not less. That was amazing. And if any ladies haven't yet, or even men, because we did have 2 men there, like, I don't try to discriminate, men, women. If you guys wasn't in the building this time, know that next year, definitely look out for it, be in the building. So those are things that's definitely with Pillow Talk with the Tea. Other than that, your girl just doing what she do best and just continue.
Y'all, listen, y'all better go and connect with this queen. She has amazing things coming. Y'all don't want to miss out on any updates. So go on over, follow her on all of the platforms that she told. and put your notifications on. That way you'll get notified when she drops some stuff. You won't miss out on new podcast episodes and all of that stuff. I wish you nothing but success. You know, I'm in your corner. Look, if you come to New Orleans or the Baton Rouge area, I want to be on that tour bus. You got to do something, like, for real.
Listen, you already know. You already know. I got so many people in line that's out of state.
Yeah.
And I say, listen, I definitely got to go to my peoples that's out of state. You already know when I come to New Orleans and area, you already know Anita, all y'all going to be packing on the bus like, yeah, we're in the house.
Look, the Bayou Classic experience is going to be fun.
You already know when y'all see me come through, I already know y'all coming through. So you know that's one of my stops. Absolutely. I think about do that, you guys gonna jump me.
Oh, look, we gonna come over there and get you for real.
Exactly. Like, hold on, wait a minute. We ain't on the map. What's going on? Wait, you ain't coming here. But absolutely, I definitely, you guys are definitely on that list. And I would do injustice if I did not come through the building or come down to you guys, city and state. But absolutely.
And it's so many of us spread about. That's why I said New Orleans, because it's the bigger city. But I mean, it's right here, so people can travel to the city. It's not a problem.
Exactly, and that's what I want to hit. I want to hit the major cities, so even if people live in that state and they spread out, they could go to they could travel to the city. Right. The tour bus gonna be right there in an amazing, beautiful spot wherever me and my team speak to whoever companies or parking lots we gonna be in, and so long as we don't cross those lines with people. Right. The people so territory. Like, what did that whole bus be about? Right.
People jumping in and out of there,
Exactly, and then they see the whole gang, and click. They're like, "Hold up, what's going on?" Because you already know the law feel like if there's 2 to 3, it's considered a gang, and I ain't got time for that.
Ain't got time, especially come down south. Like, well, I guess that's all over the place, but we ain't gonna even get into that. That's a whole nother show on a whole nother day, for real.
But definitely, that's what I'm thinking. Like, definitely Dallas. I'm hitting Dallas, New Orleans. Washington DC, like just Memphis. I'm just doing big major places where people could come meet in the middle and we could just have fun and just turn up.
I cannot wait. I'm gonna be in the building. Y'all already know. So y'all heard it here with the exclusive. She coming to a city near you. So y'all go ahead and connect with her so y'all can stay in the know. Kwamia, Q, Queen, Kwa. Thank you so much for
all of them.
All of the above, right? Like, thank you so much for coming to kick it with me today. It has been a pleasure. Always a great time. Again, I wish you nothing but success. We will be in touch soon. You guys, thank you for listening in. Please make sure that you follow, like, share, rate, all this good stuff, because it matters. I love what I do and I do what I love. So I never work a day in my life. With that being said, you guys have a great day and I will talk to you later. Bye.